That's my screen recorded thingamajig. Okay, look away, so.
Yeah, no, we have to find out the letter of acknowledgement function to find out what the name of the page is that it's actually opening.
Yeah.
So we know now it's free flow. It is application acknowledgement letter.
Yeah.
So we'll go and we'll find that page. Application acknowledgement letter. So we have this page. So when you do this and record data letter, is that what's coming up here?
So
no, hold on.
Just how we do it, we would generally use
that's fine. That one's fine. But this one here then is the project reference number. Where the hell is the project reference number? All right, it's at the top here.
Yeah, the very top. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've record data.select project. Now because project is select project is a lookup field.
Yep.
So we need this form here, which is application acknowledgement letter. This one here.
Yeah.
And what we need to do is you fetch that record.
Yeah.
Right. But then you have your select project here, and because that's a lookup field, what we now need to do is to fetch the actual form, which is the main project form.
So fetch that as well, yeah.
Yeah. So we will do that, and we will do records that, and you do it where the ID is equal to records underscore data dash, and then that's your
perfect
select project here, and then because we're so now we have the project record fetched.
Yep.
Now we need to put in the project reference number.
Yep.
So you have two here. So you've a title and a reference number. Do you want both of them or just the one?
Both of them ideally.
Yeah, so it's project reference number dash project title.
Yeah.
So what we do then is we take our project record and we put that in here instead of this here. The project record does, and we can refer the fields here. So we got our main.
I see, insert, yeah.
There's our main project form. Okay, and this should give us our project number.
Yes.
There, and then we put in the dash in between them, and again put in
name.
That's title.
I see, Sublimin.
Yeah, and then we just save that. Now, and when we go back now, and we'll do our letter of acknowledgement again. Downloading letter of acknowledgement, and down it comes, and we have our letter of acknowledgement here, which is project reference number and
perfect
title. Yeah.
Good. I'll go play with that now. I have no idea how to do that now. So there's loads of places. I'll go do it, and if I have any questions, I'll come back to you.
So what happens, Pat, is that if you're trying to use a lookup field anywhere, you actually need to fetch the form first.
Yes.
So if you have many forms linked, so like just say, for instance, that one you have a project. You're looking up a project, but you might be in the project form itself. You have other lookups to funding type.
Yep.
Let's say. So you'd look up the project, get the project record, and then you'd have to look up the funding.
Yes.
Type form to get the funding type.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
and if you have another lookup in the funding type to something else, again you'd use the funding type record to find that.
Yes, and go down through the line essentially.
Yeah. So you have to in the HTML pages you have to keep fetching the record. You know what I mean?
And you're creating that, and that ID part is creating the link between the series.
Yeah. So anytime you use the lookup field, this over here display fields.
Yep.
And all they do is they just give you what you want to see in the lookup field. but the actual link between the actual field and the record is the ID. It always returns the ID.
Right.
So
yes.
Even though it appears that way in
they don't care. They're just giving you the ID.
In the code it will always return the ID.
Yeah. But when you make the ID link, then you can fetch any field from the sub form.
Yes. Yeah. So when we did this here, where we got the project record, we linked it to the main project form, and we said the ID was equal to the record data, because you'd already fetched this record here.
Yep.
So whatever is selected then of the project, whatever project selected, we're matching it to the ID.
Yep.
And that's it. So, and as I say, if you were to do the funding one, you do the next line would be, funding record is equal to the funding type form, and then where the ID is equal to the PJ record dot funding type.
Yes.
Because that's the field you're using.
Yeah. So kind of cascades in that respect.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. I got that sorted. Let's look at.
So there was another one down here as well.
There was, actually, no, you can ignore that one because they're actually putting in. It shouldn't be there at all, because that should be a blank line where they sign in pen. That's trying to pull a signature field, which didn't need to be done. So you can actually leave that one.
Okay. So the other thing here as well, though, is that if you wanted to just to let you know, if you wanted to make sure stuff was printed out on the same page, or you wanted headers and footers on each page, kind of thing.
Yep.
So you have to use a table to do that.
Right.
And you have to use table headers and table footers.
Right. Yeah.
So
the whole thing goes essentially into a table with no borders on it.
Correct. Yeah. And basically, what ends up happening then is that, like, you if you want the footer to appear at the bottom of every page, you have to put in kind of a it's like just a blank, but it's basically to force the footer down to the bottom of each page.
Yes.
I found a way to do it there recently, so it's handy.
Good.
But it will only work on if you're converting it to PDF, or if you're using Firefox. If you're using Chrome or IE or any of the rest of them, the footers, the header and footers won't work. All they do is put a header on the first page and a header on the last page.
I see.
Firefox is the only one that does it correctly.
But if it's downloaded as a PDF, we're fine, because it's generally the ones.
And that's what I'm saying. So if you're doing this as PDFs, which I think you are,
that's mostly that, yeah.
And that's fine. But if someone was, so sometimes you can access a page.
Yes, right.
In Creator, and you can give them an option to print it.
Oh yes.
If you were to do that, it wouldn't. The headers and footers wouldn't work for you.
I see.
It only works on in Firefox.
Yeah.
So you just have to be careful with it,
Yeah, I'm mainly just giving them I just see they're just kind of a click here and download a PDF.
Yeah, and that's the best way to do it. Then, as I say, if you use the headers and footers to do that, you can use you just contain everything in a table.
Just another thing as well there. The Adam was doing a big long document there recently, and Adam could do HTML and CSS and all kind of bits and pieces. But when he had done, the text seemed like it came out very big, and he looked at his HTML. He just thought, no, this is standard. This should all come out kind of a normal kind of size, but it just came out spacey and big. Is that anything you come across, or maybe just needs to relook at things? Probably just an error somewhere, or is that something you've seen before?
Well, if it's coming across out big, it must be set somewhere.
Yeah.
There must be. He must have the CSS somewhere.
So it's wrong on his side somewhere. There's nothing. Generally a good control over that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, you see this here. This doesn't look like it's you've nothing on this one.
Yeah.
You just have font color. Yeah,
no, that's the one I do myself now, in fairness, yeah.
Yeah. So, like you've done no CSS or anything on this.
Yeah.
You just, and again, this kind of thing, using font color is equal to that. It's not HTML5 now. It's, the new one, so it should be, a div or a P for a paragraph, and then style is equal to, and then your text, your color is equal to whatever it is. So you just be aware of that.
That's what we should be doing going forward.
Yeah. So that's it. But when you're you see this came out fine.
Yep.
without you setting anything on
No,
it.
yeah, come on, fairly started. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I mean, if he's getting it big, it's there must be something
small he's done with it, or
Yeah.
something not just coded right.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, no, I get that. So good. Let's just look at my document here for a second, just see where else I managed to do this.
You're looking for the.
I just look at my Google Doc here, and I just second to see
Yeah.
on my. I'm pressing that I have lined up for you just to do. I'm just looking at Grants Manager, making sure everything covered there. Filters, look up. Do we? Project dashboard, individual. There's. I have a few things I want to get you to do, but I won't. I might even give them to you as a lump sum. You can go through them yourself. They're all be fair. I have a group that are fairly easy to understand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll let you do them in your own time. That's for us. I think we're generally okay. We're generally okay with that one. I think I might go with the mask. Oh, wait, no, yes, that's the one there. First one. So I'm looking at the very first item there. Maybe we looked at this last week. Maybe we didn't get a chance to do it last week. So the very first one there, basically, if you go to that form and just look up the word team. So I have kind of three cascading subforms. There's team, sub-team, and category. I want to just basically change it so that when you look up the team, only the relevant sub-teams appear, and when you look up the sub-team, only the relevant objectives appear.
Right, so you've got.
And I could have tried this and messed it up, so there could be a little shit code in there.
Alright, so you select the team, and then relevant sub-teams appear.
Yeah, but at the moment, just everything is appearing.
Oh, everything is appearing. Okay, so this is the special interest.
Now, just to I also have the team, sub-team, and objectives as multi-select. We can move them to drop down. Single select.
Well, no, it's up to yourself. Do you want to change them?
He said to me, "Oh yeah, I think we actually will." I'm worried that he's going to come back to me. To be honest, in months' time ago, actually no. Let us select more than two. I could just put a note above it saying we suggest only selecting two, or only selecting one, but give them the provision to select two. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, I mean, let them select as many as they want. Sub-teams then, so this is where we set our filter, and we set it to the ID of teams. Now we just, we get the program team, and go to our sub-team. So we set the filter here. We'll just see if this works. Now I'm not sure if it will work with the multi-select fields. No. Beginning right.
So I was trying this the other day. It worked once for me and didn't work the second time, and this message came up. What's that?
Yeah. So the problem here is that the ID of the sub-team.
Yep.
So what you're trying to do is you're trying to find the ID of the team record that's related to that sub-team.